Hello friends, today I will discuss about use of transfer bus coupler or TBC bay in a substation. First I will discuss about what is bay in a substation. Bay is a corridor in a substation from which a feeder can draw power from the main bus or transfer bus, or a feeder or an incomer can deliver power to the main bus or transfer bus. A bay consists of switching equipment like circuit breaker and isolating equipment like isolator. There exist three types of isolator in a substation. The isolator which exists towards the main bus side, which is called bus side isolator or normally designated as 89A. An isolator which exists towards the line or towards the incomer, which is called line isolator, normally designated as 89L. An isolator which is installed towards the transfer bus side, which is called TBI or transfer bus isolator, normally designated as 89T. So these three type of isolator exist in a bay. In a substation, for better switching flexibility, TBC bay is used. It is normally coupled main bus with the transfer bus, and therefore this bay includes two isolator. One is towards the main bus side and one is towards the transfer bus side, and one breaker, and also there exists one CT. Now a single line diagram has been shown here, which include a main bus and one transfer bus and one incomer and one feeder, and also one TBC bay has been shown in this diagram. Now how does the power is flowing from the incomer to the feeder has been shown in this diagram. First, the incomer feeder power flows towards the main bus by closing the 89L or line side isolator and main bus side isolator, that is 89A of the feeder bay, incomer bay. Then we have to close the circuit breaker so that the power can flow to the main bus. Similarly, to draw the power from the for feeder, the isolator of the main bus side and line isolators should be closed for the feeder bay, and as soon as the breaker of the feeder bay is closed, then power will flow towards the feeder. So this is how the power is flowing from the incomer to the feeder. Now consider the circuit breaker of the feeder bay required maintenance, but power flow through feeder cannot be interrupted. Therefore, feeder is diverted to TBC or transfer bus coupler bay so that the power can be flow towards the feeder without any shutdown or uninterruptedly. So how the power will flow through the TBC bay will be discussed now. Now how does the switching operation is done will be discussed in this figure. In each feeder bay or each incomer bay, there exists a separate control and relay panel in the control room. Also for TBC bay, there exists a CRP panel in the control room, from which the control of the circuit breaker and isolator can be done remotely. So each feeder bay and incomer bay, there exists normal intertransfer switch, from which the switching of the circuit breaker can be done. If it is in normal or interposition, then own bay circuit breaker can be closed. Now if it is in intertransfer position, then the TBC bay circuit breaker can be closed. So first, the NIT switch should be kept at interposition to close the circuit breaker of the TBC bay. Before closing the circuit breaker of the TBC bay, we have to first close the 89T or transfer bus side isolator or TBI isolator of the feeder bay. Then we have to close the bus side isolator and line side transfer bus side isolator of the TBC bay as shown in this diagram. Then we have to close the circuit breaker of the TBC bay. As soon as we close the circuit breaker of the TBC, then the two bay is in parallel position. Then we can trip or open the circuit breaker of the own bay and isolate the line side and main bus side isolator for maintenance of the circuit breaker of feeder bay. So this is how the switching operation of the feeder bay is done to divert the feeder to the TBC bay. Now again the circuit breaker of the incomer bay is required for maintenance purpose, or some flashover occurred in the bay which required some maintenance. Then again this incomer bay can be diverted to the TBC bay. How the operation is done will be discussed now. Now incomer is in running condition. The circuit breaker of the incomer bay is required for maintenance purpose. So without taking shutdown, now the incomer bay can be shut down by first diverted to the TBC bay of the substation. So first we have to close the TBI or transfer bus side isolator of the incomer bay. Then we have to close the isolator of the TBC bay, and then we have to move the switch position of the normal inter transfer switch in the incomer bay panel towards the inter position. Then we can close the circuit breaker from the TBC bay panel. As soon as the close the circuit breaker of the TBC bay, then two bay, that is TBC bay and incomer bay, are in parallel condition. Now we can switch up or open the circuit breaker of the incomer bay. Now we have to open the isolator, that is 89L and 89A, that is bus side isolator, so that maintenance of the circuit breaker can be done. So now the power is flowing from the incomer towards the main transfer bus and via TBC bay towards the main bus. From the main bus, the feeder is drawing power through to its own bay. So this is how the incomer is diverted to TBC bay, and the feeder is drawing power again without any interruption. So friends, if you like my video, then do subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching.